In this video, I'll share with you the most powerful strategy that I used to get ahead of 99% of tech pro job hunters. And I'll show how you can do it too. So for me, the proof that this works is that I use this powerful strategy to go from being an average software engineer making okay money to tripling my salary, making over $250,000 a year. Now I'm going to get into the powerful strategy and the steps that you can take to implement it. But just before we do that, I want to start with a thought experiment. Imagine you're a hiring manager. You have to hire someone for a technical role. How do you assess that potential candidate for that technical role? What do you want to see in them? What qualifications should they have? Answers to these questions might vary, but you might think, I want to see that this candidate has knowledge over a certain technical area, certain technologies and softwares that they need to know for the role. You want to see in them that they can collaborate with your team, that they fit in with the culture. And you might want to see qualifications like a college degree or certain certifications. But when we talk about certifications, collaboration with your team, or technical knowledge, we're really just talking about conveying the one thing that really matters when it comes to hiring candidates. And this isn't just for technical roles, it's for any role in any company, in any hiring situation. The one thing that really matters: skills. Do they have the skills for the job? That's really what a hiring manager wants to know. It's not as much about do they have the years of experience. It's not as much about do they have the college degree? Can they collaborate and fit in perfectly with this team? It's really more about does this person have the cultural and social skills to communicate well with my team? Does this person, based on their years of experience, have the skills they need for this job that will make them competent and valuable to the organization? A lot of times, years of experience is just an indicator that those skills are there. Or a certification is something that tells an employer, hey, here's a piece of paper that tells you I have these skills. So it's skills. And when it comes to the technical world, the technology professionals, we incorporate technical skills. Sometimes when you're not in the technology world, it's really just the interpersonal skills and what you can do. Although in our internet-driven world, technical skills are pretty important. So technical skills is, does this person have the technical skills to fulfill the role expectations? And the interpersonal skills are things like, again, the social skills, the problem-solving skills, the cultural skills. Do they have the skills to fit in for this culture? These are the skills that overall create the person that is the ideal candidate for a role. It doesn't take years of experience necessarily. We're going to get into that. So, how to get ahead. 99% of tech job hunters tell employers about their skills with university degrees, certifications, and a resume. Now, a resume is absolutely necessary. It'll always be necessary. It's kind of like the thing that you have to have for any job. It's the ante. It's the I would like to get into the job hunting arena. And a university degree is valuable. It shows employers that you're able to stick through something for a period of time, overcome certain obstacles. There's elements of that is valuable. I'm not disregarding it. And same with certifications. It shows that someone was able to take a test, they were able to learn information, whether they memorized it or they really had the skills is a whole nother matter. But there is something to it. That's why our society and companies see value in things like a university degree, certifications, and a valuable resume. But the way you get to the top 1% of all the tech pros that are job hunting is by having a portfolio of projects. An online portfolio of projects that showcase your skills. Why is this more powerful? Why does this make you the top 1%? Why did this work for me? It's all about a couple differentiating words. The university degree, the certifications, the resumes tell your employer that you have the skills. The online portfolio of projects shows you have the skills. There's a big difference between telling somebody, hey, I can dunk a basketball, and then just going and dunking the basketball. One just tells someone you have the skill. The other shows you do. When you build a portfolio of projects, you show you have the skills. Now let's talk about how this works. For you to get started building your online portfolio, it's really 3 steps. 1, you buy a custom domain. 2, you build a website, an online website that's accessible. And then 3, you start adding projects to that portfolio, which becomes your overall portfolio to showcase your skills. If you want to see a video playlist example, I have on my YouTube channel a video playlist on how to build an Azure portfolio step by step, where I actually build from scratch an Azure portfolio and I add projects to it. You can take a look at that, and if you want this document will be in the Azure Innovation Station community. You can find that link also in this document. Now let's run through these and why they're important. Step 1, buy a custom domain. Again, your domain, this is your area of the internet. This is how you have your address. It's your Microsoft.com, it's your LinkedIn.com. It's the place that you use to tell people this is where you can learn about the skills that I have to offer you. And to buy your domain, you have to purchase one with an online registrar. The online registrar that I use is namecheap.com. As the name suggests, you can buy a domain name for pretty cheap. I like it. I think it's helpful. I've used it for a long time. GoDaddy, it's a more expensive option, but it's also more popular. They do a lot of marketing. You might have heard of them before. Porkbun might be less known, but they have a silly name and they're cheaper. So that's another option. There's lots of domain registrars out there. And these are just 3 that I'm suggesting just to make it easy for you and make sure you're not overwhelmed. Step 2, after you buy your custom domain, you need to build your website. Now there's 2 paths for this. You can custom build a website, or you can use a website builder. You might want to use a website builder if you're not at all related to web development or engineering that involves the showcasing of the web application of itself. But if you are a web developer, building your website is another form of project to showcase your skills. The website itself, when custom built, it becomes a way to show how to build a website. You can go the website builder route also. There's different levels of complexity when it comes to the website builders. WordPress, there is much more technical overhead than using something like Wix. I put Squarespace in between because it's kind of in between. There's some aspects that you can get into, but Wix is definitely going to be the easiest. Again, anytime you're using a website builder, you're going to have less customization, less specific ability and control for exactly the way you want to do something. But there's a lot of templates out there. Lots of people are using these. It's pretty simple. You can take a look. These links are going to be in this document. Again, you can find it on the Azure Innovation Station website. Once you have built your website, you want to add projects. Projects could be all kinds of things. When it comes to showcasing your technical skills, this could be a live demo of a software that is on your website that people can see. It could be interactive software tools that are also on your portfolio website, something that you upload or download that a user can see for you to showcase some technical ability. It could just be a video tutorial where you walk through you on an admin dashboard. Maybe you want to show you have Azure admin skills and you're on the Azure portfolio, assigning roles and things like that. You could also showcase your interpersonal skills. And these are done with things like stories, book reviews, presentations, and it's all about showcasing your skills. If you want to showcase you have communication knowledge, you know how to communicate, you know how to tell a story, tell the story. You want to show you have great presentation skills? Create a video of you presenting something and put that on your online portfolio. If there's other stranger or more odd skills that's really hard to convey or you're not quite sure, find a book on it. Show it as a book review. When you show the knowledge from that book, it showcases that you understand the concepts, thus can implement that skill. These are just a handful of ways that you can implement different projects and showcase skills into your online portfolio. There are so many ways to do this. And I actually created a list of over 115 different elements that you can add to your online portfolio to showcase your skills. You can find them on the Azure Innovation Station community, and here is a link to join the community, which will also be in the description of this YouTube video. Now you know how to get started with the most powerful strategy that can help you get ahead of 99% of other technologies pros that are currently job hunting. Now, if you have questions, put them in the comments below. I answer every question to help as many people as I can. And if you liked this video, please subscribe to this channel and hit the like button so that the YouTube algorithm knows that this video is valuable. And if you want to connect, you can find me on the Azure Innovation Station community where we can chat, get to know each other, help you with your Azure goals. And there's a link to that in the description. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next one.